everywhere I look now, I see it. And that's important, especially for a city like this that, you got Disney, that's a big art, thing right there, even though people might just look at it as, it's Mickey Mouse. That all started with a guy drawing in his, in his garage. When we were young, I always, did the markers. Every time like back to school, I knew I can get a fresh set of markers, so that was exciting. Since then, man, I've always loved art. There hasn't been not one time, but I was always shy about showing it. I started off actually painting sneakers. I was a sneaker customizer. I started getting, offers for jobs, and I worked for the United States Army doing internet security, IT security and stuff like that. So I put all that stuff to the back, and I didn't pick it up until my wife told me that we were having kids and I needed a stress reliever. Yeah, what I do is that I find a picture that has a little bit of a mix of, of course, motion and sort of like I said, I like comic books so much. So I try to find motion and I try to find something that kind of looks surreal. Like for instance, when you look at this piece, once I start filling it in, it kind of looks like he's floating. Kind of looks like he has some kind of mutant power. It looks like he's about to do something. And that's the kind of way that people kind of look at these athletes, as if they're, gods, as if they're, not human. So I try to look for a picture that displays all of that and also has some sort of vulnerability as well. My first show was in Orlando. It was the Orlando show, and it was great. It was a great experience. I felt loved, and that brought me a lot of confidence. My son watches every move that I make, and everything that I do is for my son, and hopefully, one day he'll see that I have a good paying job right now, but it doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is the fact that when I get off of work, I can actually go do something that I want to do. Outside of my son, there's a lot of kids out there that just need inspiration. And like my man said, he didn't think that, being young and black and being an artist could, kind of pay bills. It can, and it has. I can pay bills off of this alone if I dedicated 8 hours of my day to it, similar to any job. So I want to, every time I have a show, and there's a lot of people that ask me, well, how long have you been painting? And they think that I'm a classically trained artist with, I studied in Italy and stuff. No, man, I got on YouTube, I've spent thousands of dollars on paint and stuff that I used one time and got discouraged. I failed. I spent thousands of dollars on paper. So it's not like, you got to see it for what it is. But the thing is that if, it's difficult when you're painting, when you're forging your own way and when you're painting your own picture. But, I was in Baltimore and I saw this kid, there's this kid, he was in trouble a lot. My friend deals with a lot of the troubled teens. And he literally saw what I was doing and never tried to draw or anything. And went back to their little group home and drew me a picture. And I didn't make too much money, I didn't make too much money at this festival that I was working. But the fact that he did that, and I showed my friend, he didn't even tell my friend that he did it. He came back by himself with his other friends during that, that evening. And it was like, yo man, I drew this. I asked him if I could keep it. And not only did I ask him if I could pay, I paid him for it. And I was like, see, you can do this. And he was sitting up there, he just kind of looked at me. I don't know if he believed me, but I believe him. I believe he can do anything he wants to do. And just because, he might have, attitude problems right now and stuff like that, that doesn't define you, man. You know how many people get second chances, third chances, fourth chances? You don't have that option when you're a person of color. As far as my opinion goes, I don't think you do. I think you have less chances and less people want to deal with you. But he could do anything he wants to do, man. And the fact that he saw me and he listened to me talk just that, in that little bit of time, I could have been a guy that he didn't care about. Oh man, this guy don't care about me, man. He's here to make money. You're right, I am here to make money, but at the same time, it's all about the people you meet. But you do have those artists that are out there strictly to make money, and they do make money. But as far as I'm concerned, you are who you help.